No, you stay where you're at. Anytime you want. Cockins, you double. Thump the gun, you got him. Here's what's going on. Y'all just heard that coyote howl. She just killed one. We called in two odd-colored coyotes, or at least we think they are. One of them black, and the other one I think is that charcoal-colored one with the white feet. So I believe that the coyote that just howled is probably the one that was with this one. So what we're gonna do is do a quick recovery on the coyote that she's already killed. And then we'll probably make a move on this one, because I don't think we'll call it back to right here. We'll make a move on it and try to kill it. You roll that one up. Before we walk down there and get it, go ahead and tell what happened, because I think y'all are going to see. I was sitting about 2 or 3 foot to her right, so I think y'all are going to see that black coat running in the lead ahead of that other one. And her, you probably wondering, why she didn't shoot the lead coat, the black, the darker colored one. And I'll let her fill you in on what her perspective was and what was going on.
I don't know. We've seen them come. I've seen both of them. Of course, you notice the black one more so than you do the colored one we have, which we still think is probably
It looks like it's a
charcoal stuff. He
charcoal
doesn't
color.
look like a
They look like
regular
two
one.
black coyotes on camera. We're gonna have to walk down there. It's got a lot of white under its belly. But
But when he was coming up the lane, he, I don't know, there was a few, in my perspective, when you get one that color, you don't want to have a bad shot. And to me, he just didn't give me that opportunity with there was kind of some trees in front of me, which from where he's sitting, you don't really necessarily see the blockage that I saw. And then when he did turn broadsided, I still didn't feel like that he gave me that good enough shot for a black one, in my opinion. Especially when we know we can go find him.
and you had a wide open shot at the other one.
Yeah, he just stood
And
there.
potentially, from looking at it on camera, the one she shot is actually an odder colored coyote than the black one I've called in. Oh, probably in the last few years of coyote calling, I've called in several black coyotes like that lead coyote. I don't know, I'm up to around 7 or 8 now on the black coyotes. I've only called in a couple of other color bays, smoke colored coyotes, tri-colored coyotes, stuff like that. So if this coyote looks like I think he looks, or like he looked on film, then potentially she would have shot my pick of the two, just because it's more of a rare color base. But you just don't see them colored up like that. But if you want to, walk down there and grab him, and we'll take a look at him, see what he looks like, and then go try to get that other one. She said, I don't know if y'all heard her, but she said he looks like a tiger. So she was kind of disappointed off camera. Now that is a color phase coyote. That is a color phase coyote. You'll never see another coyote colored like that.
He was a cat.
That's the oddest colored coyote I've ever seen. That's unbelievable right there. Let me zoom in on him. That's a pretty sucker right there. I tell you what, I don't know if we'll go get that other coyote or not, because this one right here is worth talking about. This is the oddest colored color phase coyote I've ever seen. Of course, a bunch of people, it's a bunch of dumbasses out there that's gonna holler coy dog and all that kind of stuff. This is not a coy dog. This is a color phase coyote. It's just an odd colored coyote, just like piebald deer, etc. Dogs and coyotes breeding are extremely rare, but this sucker is colored up literally. I mean, he's got normal coyote colors in him crossed with the black color phase, and it's striped, kind of brindle colored. By far the oddest, coolest looking coyote I've ever seen. And we'll fill y'all in on a little something else. It's been about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so since she actually shot this coyote. I had to cut the camera off, and we had us a moment there because she thought I was going to be disappointed because she didn't shoot the black one. I didn't care which one she shot. We actually, when this coyote hit the ground, he was laying towards us, belly towards us, and you could see all this brown on his leg. He looked like a normal colored coyote. So she was worried that she shot the wrong coyote. I told her, I said, if that thing ain't black or smoke colored or something when we walk up to it, something's wrong with the camera, because it sure looked odd colored coming in. And I knew I saw that right foot with the white sock on it for sure. And I think y'all will be able to see it, watching the footage back. But this whole hunt These coyotes are a little bit on the educated side. I'm gonna take the time to tell the whole story, and it worked out to be one for the memory books for sure. I had a client in from Pennsylvania a week ago. I'd located these coyotes several weeks before that, and they were kind of in a spot where they was all by themselves, didn't have any other groups to go with them. So I've been just bypassing this group of coyotes, hadn't been hunting them. They were probably 10 miles away from, the nearest group of coyotes that I had to go with them. So I just hadn't been putting them together for a morning hunt. Well, come back through last week when I had the client in from Pennsylvania and made this same loop, located these coyotes, and managed to find another group fairly close to them. So I said, we'll go ahead and hunt those coyotes. They're fresh ears. They hadn't been messed with this year. So we come in here. We set out about 200 yards back to the south of where we're sitting right now. Called in 4. 2 normal colored coyotes and what I was calling a charcoal colored coyote and a black coyote. This is the coyote that I thought was charcoal colored. They come in, they run all over us. The client from Pennsylvania ends up getting a shot, and he kills one of the normal colored coyotes. So that left another normal colored one and the 2 color phase coyotes. Well, it's been a week since he left. So we come in here this morning. We walked on through where me and the Pennsylvania guy was set up at, and I got in the block that they come from last time. And I wanted to change position once because we had called them. We actually called those coyotes up 2 or 3 times when he was here. Y'all will see that on another hunt. And they had heard a lot of sounds, howling, pup distress, and we had really fooled with the coyotes. So when we come back this morning, we were probably 100, 150 yards, and y'all will see that where we set up, we howl, she howls, they answer us. We fool with them for a little while, and we have a coyote come around downwind, just part of the educated coyote deal, and coyotes have a tendency to do it anyway, and we were set up for that. We had the Icotech upwind of us about 60 or so yards. These coyotes come in, they circle downwind. We never saw them. One of them gets out there and starts kind of warning barking. We sit there for a while, wait, end up doing gray squirrel distress. We end up doing jackrabbit distress. We've done some pup distress. We've done some pup fight. I mean, I was throwing some sounds out there at them that we typically call them up with. And it's been real productive for us as of late. But these coyotes had already heard all that stuff. They just wouldn't break free and come in. We sat there a little while longer, gave them some time. We howled again. They answered us out here in about the same spot. So I told her, I said, let's get up and slip on out there, close the distance on them, change position. A lot of times that'll break a coyote loose that's hung up. We do a lot of that, especially hunting thick timber stuff like we're hunting. And so we do that. We get out here and we set up right here where we're at right now. We howl a little bit. They don't answer us. We wait, and it clicked with me. She's got a good rabbit distress on the diaphragm. What were you using? Double slash. Mm-hmm. It's the MFK2 reed, double slash diaphragm. I knew they hadn't heard her calling any other than howling. So I said, hey, do a little rabbit distress on your diaphragm. See what happens. 2-3 minutes into it, I think you were about your 3rd sequence.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that ballpark. She says, here they come. So another good deal about this hunt is she called these coyotes up herself, and she's called in a lot of coyotes, but to come in here and call in coyotes that have already been messed with, and other people hunt in here too, so it's not like we're the only people that's ever called these coyotes. This is public ground hunting. It's right here in front of deer season. People are everywhere in the woods. So to mess with these coyotes for the length of time that we messed with them this morning and get them called in, and not only did we call them in, we put them in our lap. You shot them at about 20 steps,
And you see those people on TV all the time, or people on the internet talking about they called in a coyote and shot it at 300-400 yards. And that's to say that that's a called in coyote is stretching it when you're shooting them that far, because that shooting those coyotes circling downwind at 300-400 yards, we can't see a coyote at 100 yards around here. So you truly have to call them in. You truly have to convince them, and that's what these are good for. MFK diaphragms are as real as it gets. You're just talking about the power of MFK. This is a prime example of the power of MFK. If you can't run our diaphragms, the Icotech, we've got our MFK sound library for the Icotech. It's working great for people. It gives you the ability to basically have us on stand with you, using these sounds that you see us doing, stuff like calling in coyotes that won't respond to anything else, that have heard all the Fox Pros and all that stuff that everybody's running around with, hitting buttons on and playing everything in the world at them. It's allowing us to come in on stuff like this, public ground, and call these coyotes in, and call them in, right up in our lap. So to get the MFK diaphragms, to get the MFK edition Icotech, or to get any of the sounds off our sound library for the Icotech, just go to our website, mfkgamecalls.com, and you can get any of that stuff. But I said it a while ago, I can't get over how odd and pretty that coyote is. The only thing that would have made this deal any better would have been to kill him about 2 months from now. They're just now starting to fur up. You can tell we just now starting to cool down here in Arkansas. Anytime you see us with a jacket on, it's getting about winter time. But that's a good hunt. I'm definitely proud of you. Does that make it better now?
A lot better.
You thought you done shot the wrong one.
I did.
And in reality, she shot one that you'll never see another one like this. I mean, it's just as odd as they get. But,
And it was a headshot.
and it was a headshot. Good deal. We'll get this thing, drag him out, and we may have done messed up getting the other one, but it howled probably 200 yards from us. So we're gonna make a little old loop here, get the wind right for where that coyote howled at, and see if we can add another one to the MFK pile. But that's pretty good. How you feel about all of the sounds that I ran? Ran our sounds on this. I was running sounds, and here you are. I mean, she's out calling world champion this morning. So how's that feel?
Oh, it's so much better when you call them in yourself. I mean,
Pretty good feather in her hat, and makes me think I need to practice more or something, because I couldn't break them loose, and she was able to. But anyway, power MFK, huh?
for sure.
When you sound better, you definitely kill more, and you kill them a lot closer too. Appreciate y'all watching. And one other thing, you'll be able to see this hunt on our weekly episodes. Jason will have this hunt and multiple others. Check all that stuff out on our YouTube channel, MFK Game Calls. Keep up with us on Facebook at MFK Game Calls. Appreciate y'all watching.
About 20 minutes after they wrap up the interview, Tori and Tori Lynn decide to try one last time to call in that black coyote from the previous stand. Watch what happens as Tori Lynn throws out a few howls and 2 more black coyotes and a regular colored coyote come running in, hanging up just outside of shotgun range.
That's him. I guarantee that's Here it comes. In front of you. In front of you. In front the other way. In front of me. To your left. To your left. Two of them. They look black. See them coming. You need to twist a little bit. They're coming to your left. To your left. To your left. There's a bunch of them. There's a black one. Yeah, there's another black one. They're kind of coming. Here he comes. Here he comes. Wind must have swirled. Here they come. Here they come. Do your rabbit. You got it in.
These coyotes end up catching their wind, so Tori and Tori Lynn move one last time, throw out a few howls, and get a very vocal response. Unfortunately, after moving a few times and throwing out a few howls, the other three black coyotes and the regular colored coyote never came into shotgun range. Either way, Miss Tori Lynn had a great day on a beautiful, unique, color-faced Arkansas coyote.